What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about this all-new tuning update. It's not a patch, it's a tuning update. And if you're like me, your bowels get loose when you hear patch and Madden in the same sentence. But before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and like the video as we get started. It really helps the channel. I'm going to go through some of the things that you can be expecting with this tuning update. Now remember, all you need to do is restart your game in order for this to happen. You're not going to get an update to see that there's a patch. It's not a patch, it's a tuning update. Now let's go over it because it's separated simulation and competitive, and then they also have throughout all game styles. Then we're going to jump into, like, I'm going to go through a regular solo at like the second half to kind of show you what I was able to see once I, tested it out. Here we go. Simulation. It reduces the stamina penalty when using acceleration boost and or one cut to lengthen the time necessary before fatigue sets in on a per play basis. Now, the reason that I have an issue with them only doing that in simulation is because if you play MUT like I do, if you guys have been playing head-to-head seasons, you notice that that same thing happens all the time, that they unnecessarily drain our stamina off of any move. I don't know how often a lot of you guys play, but I play it a lot, and I see that happening all the time. A 30% increase to defensive run block disengage angles. All right, so this is 30% back in the opposite direction from a previous tuning made in October. So they're reversing the patch of the patch or the tune, whatever they were doing. It was a title update, and they're bringing it back to where it was before so that you can actually get off the block. I'm going to tell you right now why that actually works in everybody's favor, both sides of the ball. Because when dudes come out on aggressive run block, they've been doing that since the last patch without getting any penalty calls for the most part. So if you've run into somebody that's come out in a single back set that's just been running dive, that idiot knew that that's what was going on. That's why they were doing it. All right, so that's pretty much what they have for simulation. Now go to competitive, which is the mode that we generally play on. Seasons, MUT draft, stuff like that. It's all competitive. Decreased interception threshold to a value of 60 from 75. Any defender with a catch rating of 60 or higher will never drop an interception when in open space. Now that word never is very, very huge. I don't know if you want to use that. I'm just reading it directly from the actual blog, but I will tell you this right now. I don't like when never is used in any situation. So I'm pretty sure you're going to drop wide open picks in the same fashion. I don't agree with that. Have I seen it yet? No, I haven't had an interception situation yet, but I already know that I'm going to drop a wide open pick, but that's just my luck. 60% decrease to offensive success chance from multiplayer aggressive catches. Now, I tweeted this out that the aggressive catch was back maybe 7 days ago. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, it's at GmiasWorld. I definitely give you guys a lot of clips, and I put them all out at the same time so you guys can like view some stuff to like make you laugh during the day or whatever. So definitely look out for those. I got a lot more coming today. But yeah, pretty much what happens with that situation is people were throwing the ball in the quadruple coverage and they were dotting me. And it was, like, I got to be honest with you. Listen, I'm going to be completely honest. I had a semi-chub. Like, I had a semi. It was semi. Like, it wasn't, like, full throttle. But it actually turns me on when a dude mosses me. Like, I don't know what it is. EA has turned me into a savage animal. You know what I'm saying, bro? So that's pretty much what happens. But now that they've toned it down, it doesn't mean that one-on-one you're not going to get the business, though. All right? Now, 30% increase to defensive run block disengage angles, and then this is a 30% back in the opposite direction, previous tuning made in October title update. So they're giving you a better disengage method. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when you have any kind of chem like the out of my way chem or a situational pass rusher, sometimes your players get stunned at the actual point of attack when the ball's hiked. That should prevent that from happening. Now you should have the opportunity to be able to get off of the block in a more successful, have a more successful chance of getting it done in different scenarios, which is huge. I love that. That is very, very good in my opinion. All right. Now, they also tuned it across all game styles, simulation, arcade, and competitive. 20% increase to ball carrier fumble chance when using the aggressive ball carrier coach adjustment. Understand this. A lot of people were getting away with using that because what happens is when you were playing on aggressive ball carrier, right, you could get your success for juke moves, spin moves, trucking, all that stuff goes up tremendously. And what some of the players noticed that were actively playing it, some of the users like myself, when you do that, there was no chance of a fumble. Like, you would just do it and always have success doing it, and there was no penalty for it. So EA noticed it by watching several streams and taking feedback and was able to see exactly what was going on. Now, they also they put a developmental note at the end of the blog, and it states, After watching our users play Madden 19 over the last few months and listening to the community feedback around our previous title updates, we felt we needed to make some tuning changes for gameplay to provide some further balance to previous improvements and fixes. As the game has evolved since launch and certain metas have shifted, we remain committed post-launch support to ensure the game remains balanced, as well as continuing to meet the needs of all of our players all season long. Now, these are the things that makes Madden, in my opinion, have a lot more issues, because they're saying meets the needs of all of the players. There is no way possible that you could ever meet the needs of all players, because it's all different realms. Beginner, intermediate, good, not good, a bum, you suck. They're different levels, right? So if you're trying to make everybody happy, it's just not going to work out the same way. And that's what I want you guys to understand. I don't want you to feel that, as soon as you hear the word patch, you should scared or you should just lose all control of your bowels like I do. I don't need you guys to be doing that. What I want you to understand is there's certain things, when you listen to community complaints, all of us are not going to agree with what the community believes should be fixed. It's just natural to have that situation, because we're not on the same type of playing field. Okay, so that statement kind of scares me, if I'm being honest about it, because I don't know what they're actually trying to accomplish by trying to make everybody happy. No, there is not one person that everybody loves. And I learned that early. Like, people are going to hate you no matter what. So this is the situation. When you're a company like EA Sports and you're seeing a lot of exploits, I do agree that the exploits should be taken care of immediately. I do agree with that, because like certain things like patching 335 odd and making the contain stand up, I don't have an issue with that, because now people have to go to something else, and it's not just one defense. Even if you run nickel, you run 3-4, there's certain 4-3 defenses. The turbo blitz is back. Things like that. You have to understand that no matter what they do, it's never going to be 100%. So when they're saying for all their users to try to, you're not going to meet all the users' needs, because I already know I'm going to go into a game and I'm going to get Moss and I'm going to wake up in Mars. And I have to deal with that, guys. I got to know that EA is going to make it so ridiculous for me, and that's going to happen. And that's just something that's part of the game. That's the excitement about it. But I do like the fact that aggressive catching has been toned down. I do like the fact that you see that right there, though. You see the way he just ran right in. That was ridiculous. But this is arcade mode. But I'm just trying to point out some things. When they talk about the disengage, that's not what they're talking about. The way that guy just ran in like a bat out of hell. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about the fact that when the guy holds you at the point of impact, when you like run inside zone or something. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because you'll get idiots that'll come out in trips tight end and run inside zone, right? And then what they do is they will have it sometimes on aggressive run block, and the guys will hold you and you'll never be able to get off the block. So what EA is, you see that right there? You see how they're holding him right there? This is still arcade mode, so it's not something to where it's like, all right, yeah, it's definitely going to work competitive, but I'm giving you the example to understand. What you should be doing is, if somebody's running inside zone and you have the ability, once you see it's a run, if your user is out of the way, you should click onto that defender and try to see if you can disengage by pressing either the X button if you're on PS4, or the A button, or sometimes it's the what is X button, X, Y, and an AB, or the A button to get off of the block. Depending on if you got a power rusher or whatever kind of situation you have, it's gonna vary. That's the only real way to treat the situation, is to see if it actually works by you using it. Now, as far as the catch goes with your corners and your safeties, all of you guys should have a corner or a safety that's above 60 catching. I know for my situation, Amos is at a 73 chemmed up, so he's fine. Okay, so in the open field, they're decreasing the chances of it, but they didn't address the fact that hot hands does not work, and that if you are using your linebacker, he's going to drop the pick every time. Okay, so those things were not addressed. And obviously how to recover a fumble was not addressed either. And you can see that's what just happened right there. So the game is not going to be something to where I can tell you, yeah, bro, it's going to be a very, very good experience for you. Like, that would just be a lie. But I do like that they're making attempts to try to make the gameplay a little bit more formidable. But I have yet to see if this is going to be something that's going to work, which is my situation right now. I gotta see for myself what's actually happening. But at the same time, I have to make sure that you guys understand what's really going on at the same time. So I want to, I just want to make you guys aware that the tuning update is available. you should notice a lot of you're gonna notice a lot of different changes with the way things are going on with it. As far as okay, good job, man, good job, yeah, good job, nice play. You're gonna notice a lot of changes as far as the way that your players react to certain plays, because I've already noticed that. But at the end of the day, I do, again, you're gonna still have things that are gonna happen that, you know, that's not mentioned right now in the patch that you're just gonna have to deal with. That's just the way the game is. So I wouldn't. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. So okay, I was just making sure he wouldn't drop that. But it's arcade mode, so they're gonna catch everything. All right. So what I urge you guys to do in your next game, based on everything that I just spoke about, I would like you guys to see exactly what's going on. But what I want you to do first, before you give me feedback in the comment section, is to make sure that you know the ratings of the catch. You know, the ratings catch rating of the players that you're using. Please let me know what those are, and if you are still unable to get certain things done. If your guys are dropping picks, because remember, they said they will never drop a open pick a wide open pick in the open field. That's specifically stated in the blog notes. So that means that as long as nobody's around him, it should always be a pick. How was that? Oh, why you just slow down like that? Did they adjust the speed threshold also? You saw the way that he just stopped, right? Like, I don't know what's going on. But also with the stamina situation, I'm going to also be testing that out. You can't test it out in arcade mode because the way that they gain their stamina back is definitely glitchy. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to have to make sure that when you're testing this out, go into a head-to-head game. I would stay away from Draft Champions because Draft Champions is the devil, and I'm not talking about Waterboy. So I would try it out in any competitive mode just to get a sense of exactly what's going on, and then we'll take it from there to find out if this tuning update is exactly what it's supposed to be. All right? So definitely drop me some lines. I'm going to see what's going on with it. I want to see exactly everything, how it's affecting you. If you haven't done it yet, once you get home, if you're watching this video at work, I appreciate you guys doing that for me. Support me all across the globe, all across the world. Thank you guys so much. But as soon as you're able to test it, I need to know, just for my own knowledge, what's happening with you, what's your experience as a user, so that I can continue to forward that information to EA Sports. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Enjoy the patch, aka the tuning update. Until next time, one love.